of Knowledge Web Center, a research think tank, and a panel member of the CAS France doctoral program. He actually currently leads a team of blockchain adoption in the ports industry. In fact, he is currently a consultant for the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. And to interest you to know, Dr. Boyson was the concept developer and implementer of the port automation, now the paperless port that our government is touting as one of their great achievements, and was also a member of the paperless port process since 2017. You know, which the Vice President of Ghana put together. So if we're going to talk about digitalization and how leaders are supposed to cope and lead, we cannot have a better resource person than Dr. David Boyson, who is also a lecturer at the Ghana Telecom University. So Doc, you are welcome to the leadership platform, and we appreciate you. We thank you for taking up this with us at short notice. You have the floor. Thank you so much. And we also are live on Facebook. So if you're having a Zoom challenges, just go to CTL Africa Facebook Live, and then you can join us. Share with your friends, share your learnings across, and let us spread the love of learning and growing in leadership. Doc, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. I have 20 minutes, and I want to thank my senior man for giving me the opportunity to be on this platform. I couldn't have said no when I had the invitation, because I don't have time to tell you about Lawyer Yim, but we'll talk about that another time. So I've been given this task to take you through 20 minutes presentation, leading in a digitized world, tech essentials for, leaders. Now, what I'll be taking you through is what is trending and what we should do. I'm going to tell you one, did we know about this? And this is, did we know about this current situation, the COVID-19 and all that? And I'm also going to tell you what you should know and what you should do in times like this. Now, I'll premise my presentation with what John F. Kennedy said. He said, change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. And then Winston Churchill also said, to improve is to change, and to be perfect is to change often. All right? So we are all constricted at home. We know COVID-19 has taught us a lesson, and the lesson is there's nothing called permanently excellent company or permanent competitive advantage. The world we live in change. We change as individuals, and we change also as an organization. And our response to change is going to determine whether we are going to survive, thrive, or fade away. So I'm going to ask the question, did we know this? Did we know that COVID-19 was going to strike us? Did we know? We didn't. We were not prepared for it. And the UN Labour Organization estimates that nearly 25 million jobs could be lost. So as a leader, how do you position yourself in this context to take some precautionary measures against what is about to happen? And more interestingly, if you look at the US, people are claiming for unemployment benefits. In Africa, I don't know which government is going to pay you, for unemployment benefit, but even the estimate they gave skyrocketed by another 100%. Younger workers are often affected by the UK lockdown. And the global outlook of COVID-19 is very, very serious. We are told that this recession will be 10 times worse than what happened in the economic recession in 2008. So because of this, because we didn't know these things, it has just put us in a situation. I can tell you, young guys who are coming up or young entrepreneurs don't even know what to, which venture to invest into, because they don't know their left from right. Now, what instigated me to even start the port automation system was a research I saw. I mean, this one was from, the source was US Census Bureau. They did this in 2010, and I had, I mean, an idea of what was going to happen. So in 2010, I knew in 2020 something was going to happen, but I was not sure whether it was COVID or, but I knew we were going to go into a virtual world. So they predicted in 2010 that the world population in 2020, 2.56 billion population in the age between 15 to 34. They are Gen Y. We know Generation Y, those who are born after 1982, I mean, after computers. And they are the important customer. They predicted this. And they told us that around 37% of Gen Y population will live in India and China. This was predicted. They also told us that Gen Y goods and services are catered to values, beliefs, interests, and lifestyle. So goods are going to be targeted. Goods and services are going to be targeted in these areas: values, beliefs, interests, and lifestyle. And then we also knew as at then that there will be satellites which will be launched in 2020. Prior to 2020, the number of satellites which were launched, they were mind-blowing. Today, every bank has an app. Every company, most companies, they have an app. How do they connect? It's the power of what? These satellites that has given them this opportunity to do that. And even in the area of conflict, we're looking at information being at the center for warfare. Now we don't need normal ballistical, arms and all that. If you look at space, we're saying that photographic satellite, GPS, communication, ballistic missiles, defense, these are signals sent by astronauts. If you look at air, ISR platform, combat aircraft, transport, helicopters, maritime surveillance. If you come to naval, we are talking about combat platforms, combat vehicles, and information environment, physical, cognitive, and international dimensions. These were all estimated that in 2020, this is what is going to happen. All right? And then when it came to also, what we do, our daily lives, we're going to use robots. So now we are in robotic slave. Okay, you have robots as doing household chores. I don't know when this COVID-19 came. You realize somewhere in China, we're using robots to serve at the hotel, to the extent that you even have sensors now being used to follow the protocols, wash our hands and all that, meaning that we have moved to the virtual world. Robots as waiters, robots to do strategic plan and all that. So there's a brief outlook of something that we all didn't expect. Some of us knew, we didn't know that COVID-19 was going to do this. So the next thing is, what do we need to know? What we didn't know, we didn't expect. So what do we need to know? So I'm going to talk to you about the 7 biggest technology trends, right? The 7 biggest technology trends, okay? Let me just do this immediately. Let me just change this so we get it accurately. So the 7 biggest technological trends, and I'm going to take you through that briefly. Now, we are looking at 2020 and beyond, all right? The first thing is AI, artificial intelligence as a service. Now, for those of us who don't know what artificial intelligence, it started from something we call, knowledge management. The HR guys started these things, but it's essentially data use, data use and kept in machine, and over the period it learns, all right? So it became expert systems, where if you have a solution to a problem in a company, somebody who knows how to do this thing very well, his intellect is removed and put into what? A machine, all right? So AI has been around for some time, And most organizations build their own AI. On your phone, you see the autocorrect, you type something, then it gives you the correct answer. They all emerge at AI platform. Today, AI is used seriously. And in 2020 and beyond, it will be used as a service. In other words, algorithms and other machine learning data will be a service and platforms for people to patronize. Just as we are using, hardware as a service, we are hosting something on cloud. We are using Zoom's platform as a service, okay? So AI is going to be used as a service. And the almighty 5G, we are all running away from, okay? Whether what they are saying has to do with COVID or not, that's a different thing. But the 5G network is going to be a game changer in the future. Remember, autonomous vehicles, okay, are hinged on that. Internet of Things are also hinged on what? 5G. Take 5G as the fact that now we are having 4 lanes. So for 5G, we are going to have 12 lanes. That is the 5th generation, giving mobile phone the power to stream so that the latencies you see and that that buffering you see, you will never see that. But these things, we need this technology so that we can leverage heavily on that to do so many things. In fact, it's going to be the center of most of the things we do. And like I said, the other one is the autonomous driving, and where you are having driverless vehicles. And seriously, it is not just like that one. The Tesla guy, I think we all know him. He has predicted that once AI is, I've set some questions, and please let me have your answers so that it could help us, guide you. I've asked, are you on any of the social media platforms? It's a multiple choice question. So this Tesla guy is waiting for this to be launched so that, he can deploy his vehicles because they are heavily on AI. And what would also be the implication of autonomous driving? What will be? We are not looking at just vehicles that can drive itself, but vehicles that can see lanes and even change lanes. We are talking about vessels that can drive itself. We are talking about in Singapore, if you go to the port, you see that every process is automated. Even tugboats that goes to bring the vessel in, you don't see a human being in that tugboat, okay? And they have even started doing these things already. They are just automated. They go and then bring that in there. And there are security and safety issues that are very critical when it comes to the maritime, industry. And since this autonomous technology or driving is coming to play, it is going to make life very easy for all of us. And we are looking at also drones that could fly themselves, okay, without anybody, starting remote controlling, this device. Now, the 4th one is predictive and precision medicine. And this is very serious. And it's going to be a game changer in the health industry. And I'm saying these things for you to know that these are the things you need to know. These are the things that leaders, we should be chasing, okay? So today, they can, I'm told that these guys, what do you call them? Apple has a phone that could even increase or reduce your mortality, increase the number of years you would have to live. In other words, it could add even 2 years to your existing years. How is it able to do that? Because it checks your system and then prompts you at every point in time when there is a problem, okay? And when there's a problem, there is an IoT device, Internet of Things device that is connected to another device that is able to tell you which medicine to take and all that. These things are all connected, okay? So predictive and precision medicine is going to be the way, to go. And it leverages heavily on artificial intelligence, okay? So everything has been programmed. If you have heart, attack, this is what should be done. If your BP goes up, this is what should be done. These are all, and they are using data analytics, all right, as the what do you call it, as the backbone for it to generate complex reports. And this is mind-blowing. So predictive precision medicine will be the way also to go. And then computer vision. Today we have face recognition, okay? Where when you go even on Facebook, you see that your eyes are detected and all that. But now we are looking at the power of a machine to even detect, to see things, and then see maybe caption of a video, and it's able to identify those who are in it. Now, if you go to China, one of the taxi companies that are competing with Uber, they are doing the same thing. That is used to detect, the faces of drivers and all that for security reasons, okay? And beyond that, this is going to help for proper identification, objects, okay, that could be identified and given. And this is meant to make sure that these things can also be coded. Amazon, they are looking at a situation where you go online, that they can identify that you are the one that came online through computer vision. And that is also another trend that you need to look at. And then we have the extended reality. I think that most of us have screens that we use 3D. We are not able to use our eyes watch because of the rays. So there's hologram also that is also able to help you to see beyond. So now you are having extended reality where things that we could not see with the eye, there are applications that could help and devices that could help us get there, see the unseen world, the virtual world, and how it looks like. And then finally, that we talk about the blockchain technology as the seventh wave of the trend that we need to look at. Now, BC, blockchain technology has been around. It came, Bitcoin came, and there were issues with it. Ethereum is now also in town. There are people who have, used this technology to do so many things. Estonia, the whole country is on blockchain. Now, Dubai have predicted in the next 5 years, they're going to be on blockchain. Most of their systems are on blockchain now. I've seen that the land registry in Ghana are developing a BC platform, okay? And then most countries are doing that seriously. And they are blockchain, they are using blockchain, and then they are using also smart contracts. Today, we don't need to draft a written contract. Now, the whole idea of blockchain is to have immutability, all right? It is based on trust. So you have people connected to a network where we don't have any server seated anywhere, but a distributed ledger. So I have a copy of the information, you also have a copy, and then we can interact with each other without a third party coming in. And the security level is just wonderful, okay? So that is what people are moving into. And as my senior man lawyer said, I'm leading a team of blockchain researchers. We are developing a model for factors affecting blockchain adoption in the port industry. And when you see the paper, it will blow your mind. What is happening and what is yet to happen in the next 5-10 years will be mind-blowing. So these are areas that you guys would have to look at seriously. And I've talked about artificial intelligence, the 5G. I've talked about the driverless vehicles, and also predictive analytics, computer vision, and then also being able to look at the reality. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Now, as a simple answer, everyone needs to develop IT creativity, okay? Everybody needs to develop IT, okay? That creative art in there is going to be what the future would require. All right? The reason being that creativity is everyone's job now. Now, let me tell you this. Those times when we're not in the virtual world, we were doing things based on brick and mortar. I remember sometimes past, accreditation was saying online degree is not accredited. Now everybody has been forced. All right. So today we are on Zoom. Hitherto this training should have been somewhere. But what is happening? We are saving costs on what? The infrastructure. I mean, we're going to rent things. Maybe if you should have been there, they will give you some small chops and all that. But we are saving costs. But through the power of technology, we are connecting. Just imagine as a leader. I asked a question. How many of you are on social media? Please, can you project that? Any of the platforms? Okay. Now, most of us are not leading our generation when it comes to digitization. But that is the future. I'm not saying that may be the future. I'm saying that that is the future. All right? Please, could you answer the questions for us? That is the future. Digitization. So today we have smart cities. We have smart countries. All right? Because we have smartphones. So if your phone is also smart and you are not smarter, then there's a problem. There are about 56% saying that they are into AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain, 10%, Internet of Things, 17%. That is good. Autonomous driving, 5G, a couple of them, they know about it. Now, so we need to have presence online. That is very, very important. So all the other social media platforms, you need to get connected. And let me tell you something. The other wave of business that's going to cloud whatever we do is network marketing. I know most of you have some sort of, dislike for network marketing, but hear me out. Robert Kiyosaki, arguably one of the best artists, he wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He says the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else look for work. So what has Facebook done? What is the job? He brought people together and is now giving the customers to those who need the customers, and he makes money out of it. Twitter, what does he do? He brings people together. Instagram, what does he do? LinkedIn, Telegram, tell me the platforms. And now what is happening is that they believe that the future customer, would have to be rewarded. So now if you refer anybody to any concept or anything, you are being paid. Now, hear me out. If your mobile phone is not earning you money, but you are spending on your mobile phone, then you have a problem. Because the future leader who is going to lead the digitized world, that future leader should be a mobile entrepreneur. Now, that is the new concept I believe most of you have heard. Everything we are doing now, most of you are connecting to your mobile phone, isn't it? If your mobile phone cannot earn you some sort of income, if it cannot help you to make money, but you are spending on it, then you have a problem. You go on Facebook, you put your picture there, you put somebody's video or whatever, that person is being paid, but you are using your platform for that. So as a leader in this digitized world, make sure you tap into these things, and then when you have done that, you'll be able to leverage on that and make gains. Now, these about 7 tech trends that I discussed about, you could adopt any of them and you could use them for whatever you want to use them for. I mean, if you go into Internet of Things, that's IoT, that is going to help you. There are devices. You could be a vendor for those devices. That is fine. You don't need to be a developer to know this. I just left some of the, brought some of the screens for you to see what these tech trends are and what they are doing. So artificial intelligence is now leading with 45%, that is good, and 13% 5G. Autonomous driving is 8%. We have 27% Internet of Things. That is good. So I've brought my discussion to an end. I was given 20 minutes. I think I've exceeded it by 23 minutes, 3 minutes. So I'll hand over to the convener, Lawyer Eyim, so that we go to the Q&A sections. I may show some of these slides as and when the questions come. I don't want to take most of the time. So thank you so much for your time, and it's a privilege having you guys around. If you have any questions, I'll be willing to address them.
Wow. Thank you, Doc. That was great, and that was also quick, but that also means there's a lot. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And so we want you guys to interact. We want you to be able to ask questions. Thank you very much. I'm on a board of a university, a new university, and when this university started, the whole concept was that we're not going to have a physical library, and we just have a digital library. Every student who came to the university was given a laptop, and we invited the accreditation board to come and look at the situation and environment and give us accreditation. They came around, they did their report, and they said, well, they cannot accredit the university because we don't have a library. And we said, well, we have a library. It's electronic. Every student has access to billions of books. All their work is done and submitted online. They said, no, we are not going to give you as accreditation because we have to see a library. So what did we do? We just created one room and then parked some books there. They came to see, they said, well, this is too small. You know, you have so many students. This is too small. And we're talking like 4 years ago. And, you know, after back and forth, well, they accepted that space. I can tell you no student has ever stepped into that library. That library was only for the accreditation board, which I think is maybe 50 years behind time. Now, COVID comes in 2020, and every university was running to go online. A university was okay. There was no issue. All the students were already online. They were home doing their courses and so on and so forth. This is the Heritage Christian University, no advert here. But guys, this is where the world is going. As leaders, we have to be able to think ahead. We have to be able to know what is going on. We have to be innovative. We have to be adapting to change. We have to connect into the world, because our people are connected, our customers are connected. The people we are trying to lead and influence are out there in the world. They are not taking information from us again. The information you are giving to your team, they probably know 10 times of that already. So this is what we are up against as leaders, and we trust that this is very helpful. Before we go on, let me just quickly give you a taste of what is going to happen at Live to Lead. Ike, if you can just give us a quick video of Live to Lead so that we can share with those who came.